Well, thank you to everyone for joining us today. This is a day of celebration and recognition, acknowledgments for something that's been a long time coming. And just so pleased that so many of you took time out of your day to join us. We have some of our elected officials here today, and probably won't hit everybody, but representatives here from Senator Donnelly's office, Senator Coates, Congresswoman Brooks' office, State Senator Gene Breaux, and State Representative Jerry Torr. Also, we have some of our partners here from some of our Red Line electric bus rapid transit projects, some of our sister cities here. Mayor Andy Cook, who's here joining us. Mayor representatives from Carmel Mayor Brainerd's office, and Mark Myers from Greenwood. Also Dennis Buckley here from Beech Grove, and also I think representatives from Mayor Collier's office at the City of Lawrence. So just really excited to have individuals here who are passionate and supportive about transit. And as I said, this is a long time coming. Back in 1968 was the last time we had a facility for our passengers, the traction terminal that was over on Capitol Market Street area. And that was taken down way back when Mid-Urban was going private, or going from private to public. Since that time, our transit center has been Ohio, Capitol, Maryland, and Delaware, the Loop. Shelters, our riders, people using our system are finding themselves out in the rain, in the sun, in the elements. This is about bringing dignity, respect to those who are using our system, bringing the amenities that those individuals deserve, but also for our city, the amenity of a facility such as this. It's very impressive to see the kind of support that we've had over the years to get us this far. I wanted to acknowledge some of the people in the past who have been helping us, really in the recent. When we talked about some vision, Mayor Greg Ballard he took it by the bull by the horns, if you will, and said, okay, it's time for us to start moving transit forward. A lot of discussion has been having, a lot of planning, years of planning. We had funding in place, some of the federal funding, really to the support of Congresswoman Julia Carson, who we're dedicating this today from, helped bring those federal dollars that we needed. When we started looking at a place, it was finally Mayor Ballard who said, okay, we've got a 2-acre site right next to your loop, let's get it done. And we appreciated that. And then we had Adam Tees, who's the director of the Department of Metropolitan Development. We're looking at the opportunities here. How can we make a facility that's going to be iconic, that's going to make a statement in our city, and not just be a concrete garage building that hides people, that can be a really significant piece in our community. As I tell people, as we started this project, when we were coming in from West Washington Street, you'll see White River State Park, you see the zoo, you see the JW, the Idle Joy, the State Museum, NCAA, Victory Field. It's like, welcome to Indianapolis. When you come in from the east side, what we're seeing is the city county building and the jail. Welcome to Indianapolis. But look what's happened in this Market East district. It's wonderful to see, and we feel like this is part of that, being a catalyst to some of the developments and supporting the development. We're seeing our friends catty corner here at Cummins that are developing their site, the MSA project. It's very exciting, the artistry that's there. And then what's going to happen across the street with the city county plaza when that's redeveloped. This is placemaking. And again, we're just very excited about this facility and what it's going to bring to the future. We couldn't have done this without support. And I want to bring up Danny Crenshaw, who is our board chair for the Indianapolis Public Transportation Corporation. It's without the board's support over the years that we wouldn't be able to get this project moving. They've been fantastic to work with and help us. And Danny, wanted to bring you up and share some comments.
Thank you, Mike. you all for coming to celebrate this fabulous facility and what it means for our lives. This project has been an enormous undertaking. I want to applaud the whole leadership this board of directors has exhibited supporting the staff. Many of our board members are here, and I would like to recognize them. Alan Rowland, our vice chair, couldn't be here today. Mr. Juan Gonzalez, our treasurer. Juan, thank you, sir. Ms. Tommy Jones, our longest standing board member. She's been here since the beginning. Mr. Greg Hahn, Mr. Greg Bedan, Mr. Mark Fisher. Thank you to the members of the board for your dedication to advancing the transit here in our community. The Indygo staff, who have delivered this project, are due some accolades. It has been inspiring to see this organization grow over the years. Today, we are here to celebrate their hard work. Our folks in finance department, planning, operations, communications, training and security, human resources, technology, and of course, our mechanics, general laborers, and our professional coach operators who you see on a day-to-day basis. They're the face of our organization. This facility represents a departure from the status quo. We will continue to work on improving service to our riders and fiscal responsibilities for our taxpayers. We're looking forward to the next major developments on the horizon. With transit in Indianapolis, thank you all for coming this afternoon, and we hope you enjoy this fantastic facility.
Thank you, Daniel, and also thanks to all of our board members who are currently serving and those who support us throughout the years on the board. As Danny said, this couldn't be done with a lot of support from our project team that we have. I want to name a few people, and just bear with me, please. These are people who have worked so hard on the Indygo team to make this happen. Ed Parsley, Jennifer Bruner, Jill Russell, Nancy Manley, Roscoe Brown, Felice Critchlow, Brian Llewellyn, Lauren Day, Pam White, and our operations team. Talk about our professional coach operators, the input that they provided. Mark Emmons, Lee Travison, Richard Joseph, Brett Hayes, Annette Darrow, Justin Sternberg as well. But also our leadership of our amalgamated transit union, Local 1070. Roy Luster and Rachel Hale are both here today as well. We really appreciate the cooperation and support you all have given. Also, we have partners in the city that have been working with, couldn't do things at this location without support of Department of Metropolitan Development, Code Enforcement, Department of Public Works, Lori Miser, Melody Parks, Nathan Sheets. Thank you all very much for all the work that you did. And finally, our partner to the south of us, the Marion County Sheriff's Department. We share a drive, and Pearl Street, they've worked with us so closely and so well. We really appreciate the cooperation, so thanks to Sheriff John Layton, Colonel Deslin, Lou Deslin, and I think Eva Kelly Sanders, Colonel's here as well. Just thank you so much for all the work. We'll continue to work with you and coordinate as well. We couldn't have done this without funding, and on the federal side, as I mentioned, Congresswoman Carson did wonderful things to help bring some of the federal funding. You don't hear about earmarks, so you can tell how old some of these funds were. But we have representatives here from our partners at the Federal Transit Administration who have been wonderful to work with. To have Athena Nadero, who is going to come up and speak as well, Susan Arona, who's here, Sheila Clement, also the administrator who's unable to be with us today from Chicago, Marisol Simone. We really appreciate all the support that you all provided. In addition, their extension of their group called PMO Partners with Huntley Higgins and Chris Buckner. We couldn't have gotten through this project and keep us in line. So Athena, if you could come up, please, to maybe share some thoughts.
Thank you, Mike, for those kind words. On behalf of Transportation Secretary Anthony Fox and Acting FTA Administrator Carolyn Flowers, I am honored to join you today to celebrate the life of a true champion for the people of Indiana, Miss Julia M. Carson. To celebrate the grand opening of a project that symbolizes her dedication to the people of her district and beyond. The late Congresswoman worked tirelessly to win federal and local support for a modern transit facility that's going to make life better for both commuters and city residents. She would be very proud to witness the transformation of an old parking lot into a new and much-needed destination that meets the highest standards for energy conservation. FTA is pleased to contribute to this beautiful facility. Indianapolis is a major city, and it needs and deserves rich public transit to better position itself as a world-class city. Is an efficient, high-performing transit system that uses cutting-edge technology and soon will bring bus rapid transit to the region. Today, we celebrate this modern transit center, and it was a challenging project. This city was founded around this very site, and Indygo successfully partnered with the State Historic Preservation Office to ensure that the historic artifacts and the context to the founding story of this city were preserved while keeping the project moving. Everyone worked very hard to build this facility in full compliance with all federal requirements. It's been a great pleasure of ours to partner with Indygo. They have done a tremendous job taking on this major project and seeing it through to completion. It's a great day for public transit and for Indianapolis. Congratulations, Indygo, on a project well done.
Thank you, Athena, and also want to acknowledge our partners at the state, Department of Natural Resources, Mitch Zoll and Amy Johnson in the State Historic Preservation Office, having to work very, very closely, given that this was an archaeological dig site for a while. And we have about 120,000 artifacts. And we're very pleased that we're going to be working with the Indiana State Museum to curate some of those so the rest of the city can see and the state can see some of the historic significance that was on this property. It's very impressive. Well, from the local side, we talk about economic development, and I'd like to ask our Deputy Mayor, Angela Smith-Jones, to come up and share some comments. We really appreciate all the support that you're giving, as well as the administration of Mayor Hogshead.
Thank you, Mike, for the introduction. Whoa, that's loud. I forgot how loudly I speak. So I'm sure everyone in the back can hear me. I'd also like to thank Congressman Carson, Councilor Osley, Ms. Madero, thank you. And I saw some other, Mayor Ballard, Mayor Cook, I think Ditzler and Myers, so I'm sorry if I didn't see you and I missed you. You are elected senators, bros. Thank you so much for being in attendance and everyone else here. This is an exciting time. I'm excited to have this Julia M. Carson Transit Center dedicated to not only the Congresswoman, but to our city and what it means and what it represents. Transit is the lifeblood of a city like Indianapolis of our size. It allows everyone to get from point A to point B in a safe, efficient, and economical way around our city. The downtown neighborhood continues to grow, and having a marquee transit center such as this to connect the downtown neighborhood to the rest of the city and allow not only visitors but residents the opportunity to come and see what all Indianapolis has to offer is really an exciting time and very wonderful opportunity. Having the Julia M. Carson Center, Transit Center here, really really embarks on the woman that she was. She was an advocate for civil rights and access for all. She was one of the first congresspersons to really advocate for LGBT rights in our country. She actually was one of the co-sponsors for the Equal Employment Non-Discrimination Act. And so to have this here, which is really a symbol of everyone getting access to everything, is really an honor for our city to have that legacy to live forever here. So I am honored to represent our city today and to be here on behalf of the mayor. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and I'd like to turn it back to you, Mike.
From an economic development perspective, this could not have been done without many construction and planning partners. And I just want to acknowledge the work that AECom, who was the engineering firm that set up the design, Steve Robinson, Joe Fisher, Albert Radomski, also Drew White with Access, who did the architectural design. Excellent job, Drew. Very impressive. Kevin Osborne, also landscape through Runsdale Winsberger, did a wonderful job with these rain gardens and landscaping here. This is a Silver LEED certified facility once we get all the points put in. Very impressive to have that. Loftus Engineering from Karen Loftus, guiding Luke Lessing. From the legal side, we have to always have support on the legal side. Michael Drury and Dan Drury from Drury Simmons, thank you. From Coleman, Stevenson, Howard Stevenson. And the construction team, Well Brothers, have been just a fantastic partner to work with. They're the ones who put us all together, taking the designs and constructing, and have done a fabulous job with us. And Mike Hemmerling, Blake Rowe, and Kevin Marlin, excellent job. Congratulations to you all. Of course, as an owner, we had an owner's rep. Sheila Saxton worked for us on our behalf and working with the project team throughout and helping us keep on track. Mike Green and Dave Burchard, thank you so much. Excellent work as well. TC Electric, Harman Sign, Simplex Grinnell, other companies that worked with us, whether it be security or electrical systems, in our signs throughout. These signs outside above each bay, and also the signs that you see behind, real-time information. So now people will be able to plan their trips, see when the next bus is departing. Information is powerful, and that's going to be, I think, a game changer for our transit system here. So last year, we had our board of directors pass a resolution naming this center the Julian Carson Transit Center. And we were very honored and so proud that our board of directors took that step. In the same vein, our city county council also did the same thing. We proposed a resolution before the full council in naming this facility, and we're just very pleased to have our city councilor, Bob Osley, who was one of the co-sponsors for this resolution, to come up and say a few words and to introduce Congressman Carson.
About 10 or 12 years ago, I recall Mrs. Carson talking about the transit center and the money that she was working to secure for this facility. And looking at it today, it reminds me of a comment that she would always make if she saw something that she thought was amazing or beautiful or just super clean. She had an expression that was called, "Something is clean like the board of health." And this facility is clean like the board of health. I want to give it up on behalf, let me start actually by saying I'm here on behalf of our council president, Maggie Lewis. Maggie regrets strongly that she couldn't be here. So I am here in her place, much to your regret, I'm sure. But I wanted to give kudos to the design team behind this. I think this is an amazing facility. In fact, if we could just one more round of applause for the designers and the contractors. very strong symbol of what we believe that our folks in this city deserve, that a transit facility should be state-of-the-art like this. And so when we heard that Indygo wanted to name the facility, I think we were already steps ahead of you guys, by the way. Just want to let you know that we already knew we were going to call it the Julia and Carson Transit Center. We're just waiting for you all to catch up. Well, we wrote a special resolution number 10, and the wording is this: proposal for a special resolution endorsing the naming of the Downtown Transit Center in honor of the late Congresswoman Julia and Carson. Whereas the Indianapolis Public Transportation Corporation, IPTC, is constructing a transit center in downtown Indianapolis located at 201 East Washington Street. And whereas the late Congressman Julia Carson, who served as a member of the U.S. House of Representatives from 1997 through 2007, is credited with securing significant dedicated funding for an Indianapolis public transportation passenger facility. And whereas on March 24, 2016, the IPTC Board adopted Resolution number 2016-03, which provides that the Downtown Transit Center shall be named the Julia N. Carson Transit Center in her honor, and now therefore be resolved by the City County Council of the City of Indianapolis of Marion County, Indiana, Section 1. The Council hereby proudly endorses and supports the IPTC Board Resolution naming the Downtown Transit Center the Julia N. Carson Transit Center. And this resolution shall be in full force and effect in compliance with IC 36314. The foregoing was passed by the City Council, by the City County Council, this 11th day of April 2016, and signed by Maggie Abel as Council President. And in that light, we support the efforts of Indygo Transit, not only to provide more access to the public for more public transportation, but the right of our citizenry to vote, to create more opportunities for everyone. So on behalf of our Council President, I want to thank you, and I'd like to introduce someone who you all already know. You know, this is named in honor of an amazing lady, Julia N. Carson. And anyone who knew her can get choked up just thinking about the power of her legacy and the power of her vision for our community. But we are amazingly blessed that we have an equal fighter for our community in Congress, whose name happens also to be Carson. By chance, I want to introduce my friend, an amazing congressman, an amazing leader for our city, Congressman Andre Carson.
Thank you. Wow, thank you. God, like so many, was one of my grandmother's children. And it is evidenced by the investment that she made in him, along with so many others. Have to thank Mike Terry, President and CEO, Danny Crenshaw, Dina, thank you so very much. Deputy Mayor Angela Smith-Jones, my good friend. Also Deputy Mayor, is Pastor Hampton still here? I don't know if he's still. There he is. Councilor Oasley again. Mayor Greg Ballard and his wife are here. Thank you. What a man with a great vision for this city. So thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Mayor. Of course, Councilors Leroy Robinson, Sewell Patton, Senators Bro. That was smooth how you did that. The entire design team, my friends on the City County Council, Council President Lewis, the illustrious Board of Directors, thank you. And to the various mayors who are here, thank you. And all the folks that I've forgotten, I don't want to make anyone upset, Greg, but you know, it happens. But I'm Team Carson, of course. You know, I'm particularly grateful for all of your efforts that have led to today's ribbon cutting. I know my grandmother would be most proud. I think the rest of our families here, I think they're still here, the Carson family, are they still? They're still, hey, Mimi, come here. Come here, Mimi. Yeah. Okay, well, don't do it, but Jadon Carson, who is my cousin, is here. Amen. Good to see you. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. She'd be proud. Thank you. Without exposing the other part of our Asian heritage, Jadon certainly carries on my grandmother's humor, intellect, and personality. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Mimi. Thank you. You know, Indiana has long been dubbed the crossroads of America. The nickname started in 1937 when numerous roads, railways, and waterways began spreading across the state. And it's a name that has stuck in part because people like my grandmother, who fought hard to make sure bringing very critical transportation dollars back to the Hoosier State really meant something. My grandmother knew that transportation networks play a very critical role in connecting people to employment opportunities, providing very safe, affordable access to very essential goods and services such as healthcare facilities, child care facilities, education, and workforce training services, and even grocery stores. You know, she knew that access to transportation could really improve the quality of life for people in Indianapolis and across our country by making cities more accessible, livable, and environmentally friendly. That is also why she fought so very hard to persuade her colleagues to approve a congressional appropriation, this transportation hub that we see today as a part of it, as well as the airport. So this new transit center would not be open today if it weren't for an old-fashioned earmark from Congresswoman Julia Carson. I wish that we could bring earmarks back. I think even those folks who didn't want earmarks, now when their constituents are asking, what are you going to do about the bridge, they can't say much. So, you know, this transportation center, this transit center is designed to be the hub for the new mass transit projects planned for our region to connect downtown Indianapolis with our surrounding communities. Now, it may not happen overnight, but it is certainly a starting point, a point where people may see that their dreams aren't so far out of reach. You know, being in the heart of Indianapolis, to help connect city's residents with opportunities for work and enrichment. This center becomes a living tribute to my grandmother, who fought so very hard for more opportunities, especially for the disconnected. So I think it's always great to see things named after her, because I'm one of the many people who feel as if she doesn't get enough credit. But I don't want things to be named after her in vain, because at the end of the day, she always fought for the disenfranchised and the least of these. And if she were here today, she would feign humility, but she would love every minute of it. And she would note that in the midst of great austerity measures and budget cuts, she would ask, after all of the beautiful work of the design team, they forgot to install an air conditioner. Thank you, everybody. God bless.
Congressman, thank you so much. We really appreciate you being here, also to represent your family. And it is quite the legacy of Congresswoman Julia Carson. And to commemorate this, we'd like to have this plaque that you can take with you for you and your family to commemorate this dedication.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
We're going to do a ribbon cutting.
All right, I'm not sure. Is Mimi still here?
She's behind
All right.
She's hiding right there.
All right.
So we're going to ask Athena to come back, and we're going to ask Dana Crenshaw to join us up here, and we're going to assist the congressman in cutting this ceremonial ribbon cutting for the transit center. It's a big pair.
Thank you all so very much. See you most time. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Meet and Ski, come on up here.
Tommy Jones, our board member, come join us. Now that you be in the middle, and then we're going to hold it for you. Wait for the rest of us. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Just a few final comments. This facility tomorrow morning starts as a customer service facility. We're moving our office from the Delaware Street location, the transit store, to here. This is our customer service for tickets and information and photo IDs. And also open to the public. We want our riders and the community to experience, get a feel for our transit center property, learning how to use the system. On Sunday, we go live. This will be used with our bus, and we have a new routing system, so please pay attention. We thank our transit ambassadors who have been out for about a month now, sharing information about our system. And lastly, beginning Sunday, coming through July 4th, everybody rides free. Great opportunity for people to learn the system, experience some of the changes, get familiar. But we're also interested in new riders. Back in 2012, when we had the Super Bowl here, we had free rides for 4 days. We had a 40% increase in ridership. When people would text me and say, gosh, I rode Indygo today. It got me where I wanted to go. It got me on time. It was safe. It was clean every day. So we hope the community will take advantage of this opportunity to experience through the July 4th holiday weekend. And for those individuals who were invited guests, there's going to be a band over Washington, Alabama. Follow the band to the reception area. Everyone else, thank you so much for being here. We greatly appreciate it.